A beautiful weekend in Charlottesville, Virginia. A good time for the best in ACC softball as top 20 teams Virginia and Virginia Tech tangle in the Commonwealth Clash. And welcome to Palmer Park. Byron Kerr and Riley West are ready for this matchup. When these two teams look at their schedule at the beginning of the year, Riley, they always circle Tech against UVA.
And rivalries are a big deal. The girls, they feel it. Both coaches said that the challenge is going to be to feel those emotions, but not let that affect their performance on the field in all aspects of the game.
One of the big reasons why these two teams are so good is their pitching up and down the lineup.
I have a feeling we're going to get a little bit of a pitcher's duel throughout the weekend. You can see in their stats, they're leading the ACC in multiple categories throughout both staffs.
And you look at what Virginia Tech can do up and down the lineup. It starts with a duo of pitchers.
The Emma Mazzarone and Bree Carrico for Virginia Tech, they are elite when they are attacking early in the zone. Emma Mazzarone, that left-handed side with the curve. Bree Carrico really utilizes that rise ball, but what matters most is to get to those strikeout pitches, they have to work ahead and attack early.
And what's great about Virginia's top five is they can do so much. Start, relief, whatever Joanna wants.
They just have about every type of pitcher on their staff. And in the ACC, that's what you need. You need a deep staff to win series. But the best part about Virginia staff is you cannot categorize them as one type of pitcher. They can go up, they can go down, and change speeds.
And there's a look at today's starter for the Cavaliers, Eden Bigham. She comes in with a record of 11-1 with a 3.10 earned run average.
And Eden Bigham is their girl that they go to start these games on a Friday night. She's had just about every role since she stepped on campus. She likes to work the upper half of the zone, has an elite off speed, and like I said, all roles. So she's just made for this moment of starting that game one year where you really want to get that win.
For the Hokies, as expected, Addison Foster will lead off. And all eyes are on Jordan Lynch, as usual, to trigger the offense.
And Jordan Lynch, she's having a phenomenal year, an All-American type year. Just the player that everyone has circled, but to have your name circled and continue to have that success, it's hard to pitch around her.
Hokies come in with a record of 34-5, ranked number 12 in the nation, 9-3. in the ACC, and it is Addison Foster against Eden Bigham. And here comes the first pitch on Friday night. A strike from Bigham there. Foster arriving with that 427 average. She has 35 RBI and a total of 20 extra base hits. Not reacting to that strike there, and ahead of the count for Eden early on.
And she went to that off-speed pitch. You definitely could tell by Foster's take that she was not timed up for that pitch.
And a called third strike. A good start for Bigham here in the top of the first inning.
Bigham and the staff recognized that Foster wasn't prepared for this off speed, so they went right back to it. You can tell Foster just out in front on her right leg, not timed up with it quite perfectly. So if I'm Bigham, I'm going to continue using that pitch.
Jordan Lynch now stepping in. Her first chance against the Cavaliers. And just misses for Bigham.
And she went right back again with that off speed. So definitely you can tell early on that they're trying to change speeds with Virginia, not let them get comfortable in the box.
Inside on that pitch, 2-0. Bigham has done well recently, complete game victories in 2 of her last 3 starts in the ACC. That's a strike. Well, you know from your experience, that game one is so important to how the rest of the weekend will go for your pitching staff.
It definitely is, because if your pitchers aren't successful, the other team can get to your bullpen. And at the end of the day, if you're able to see more pitchers get through that bullpen early in the series. By game 3, you've seen just about everything, so nothing's going to surprise you on that last day.
Lynch, the ACC Player of the Week, March 31st. That's the first time she has been awarded that in career, and as a sophomore, you expect she's going to get a lot more with the way she can play for Coach DeMora. The 2-2. Inside, full count here with 1 away in the first.
And I love that Bigham is continuing to challenge Lynch up and in, then use that changeup on the outside. Just 2 different areas, but also the effective velocities make these differences of speeds much tougher for Lynch.
Bigham has that one popped up. It is in play, and a nice one by Macy Eaton to record the second out.
And if you're Bigham in Virginia, you're saying thank you against Lynch when she's able to pop up in foul territory, not do too much damage. That was a great job by Bigham to continue to go hard and in on the lefty. And then good communication by Eaton there at first to call off catcher Reagan Hickey.
Zoe Yeager steps in for the Hokies, the catcher. 360 average with 8 homers and 40 RBI. That is a strike, 1-1. Deep breath for Bigham. She steps out of the circle and now back in, ready to go. That one is up high, 2-1. Look at the shadow there right above the circle for the pitcher and the hitter inside the shadow here as we reach past 6 o'clock on a Friday night.
And shadows sometimes can present a challenge for batters and pitchers. It's 2 different viewpoints of a ball, so definitely at this point of day, it's nice for the batter to be able to see one shadow throughout the entire way that the ball is coming towards you.
That one is outside as she draws the 2-out walk, so the Hokies with their first base runner here in the first inning.
And with these elite staffs, the challenge for both of them is going to be attack the strike zone. And Bigham, during that at-bat, you kind of got the feeling she was trying to pitch around Yeager versus Lynch and Foster. She was going right at them. With Yeager's power, I understand trying to be perfect, but want to give your defense a chance to field the ball.
A strike to Nora Abramovich, the left fielder for Virginia Tech, the cleanup hitter. With a runner on first and 2 away here, just underway. And then also outside corner to the right-handed hitter. 1-1.
You can tell that Bigham wants that pitch based off some of her body language after the blue calls it a ball.
And that's a strike. That's Lyndon Baptiste, our home plate umpire tonight.
In those first few innings, the pitcher and the catcher are working with the umpire to establish that zone so that in those later innings, if he stretches the zone, you understand what you started with.
She reaches for that one. It's a swing and a miss, and Bigham records the 3rd out in the first. A runner left on for the Hokies, but now Virginia's first chance in the Commonwealth Clash comes up next on ACC Network Extra. Virginia gets ready for their first at-bat. Jade Hilton will lead off, and even without Cabral and Hudson, it's a star-studded lineup.
It is a star-studded lineup, but they're kind of going to have to put in more production without the two that we'll get into later of the injuries that this Virginia team has had to deal with. But Macy Eden there in the 3 holes, who I have circled, just a great bat.
Hilton hits that one to right field for an out. Gabby Mazel grabs it for the first out in the bottom of the first for the Hokies on the first pitch.
Here's a look at Emma Mazzarone, and as advertised, Riley, one of the best in conference.
She is one of the best. Her strikeout numbers are incredible. She has amazing stuff, and when she works ahead, goes right at batters, that's when she's most successful. Coach Pete Demore all year has said that it starts from pitch 1, and you can tell against Hilton that she went right at her trying to induce an out. And you can see there the low 70s, just that ultimate power. She really works in the lower half of the zone with the drop, but the curveball coming from the left side is her bread and butter that she goes to. And for left-handed batters like Griffith up at the plate, it's really tough. You don't see very many lefties in the game, and so when you get that lefty-on-lefty matchup, it makes it tough for the batter.
Griffith up 2-0 on the count here against Mazzarone in the bottom of the first. Foul ball off the screen, 2-1.
And with the injuries of Hudson and Cabral last series, this moves Jaden Griffin up in the lineup. So she's in kind of a different role. Instead of turning the lineup over at the bottom, she's now at the top. And Coach really wants to see her be more productive, turn the lineup over in this position to get to batters like Eaton.
Grounder to Mazzarone, an easy flip to Chatfield for the second out in the first.
Macy Eaton is coming up next for Virginia. And there's the 2 big injuries for the Cavaliers in the big series.
And when we talked to Coach Harding about these injuries, she was excited that some of the younger players were going to get more time. And she said, no big deal. This is why we recruit more than 9. It's time for others to step up. So she had this excitement towards her team in this atmosphere that they're going to be put on, the challenge that they're going to have. But that bleeds into your players, and they feel that confidence from their coach, and it bleeds into their play.
Eaton pops this one up, shallow center field. Racing in is Addison Foster for the third out. So a quick inning for the Hokies. 1, 2, 3, ready for the second in Charlottesville.
A big crowd at Palmer Park for game 1 of 3 over the weekend between Virginia Tech and Virginia. Fans from the Hokies and Blacksburg and fans from Charlottesville here sit next to each other, and look at the series history dominated by Virginia Tech.
But you know, Virginia, they're eager to get a series win. You can see since 2011, they haven't had a series win over Virginia Tech. But I love that these fans are sitting next to each other because both coaches, Coach Pete Demore and Coach Joanna Harding, they told us that they also have great relationships with each other. And so just seeing the fans sitting next to each other, the coaches have a good relationship. It's rivalry, they feel it, but also they said they don't want to kill each other. They enjoy each other and they have similar systems and just beliefs in their system.
Michelle Chatfield first up here in the second. Fouls that one off. Yeah, that was something that Coach Demore told us when he told his team, yeah, I'm friends with Joanna Harding. The team was like, what? He goes, no, it's okay, we can be friends, but once we get between the lines, it's all business.
And that's what Coach Harding said. Once we're in between the lines, you can really feel the rivalry.
Outside on the 0-2 from Brigham. Chatfield, 374 with 7 homers and 8 doubles. She's from Lovettsville. And she's trying to start the Hokies here in the second. And she grounds that one to the shortstop, and a quick play by Jade Hilton to record the out. There's a look at the Virginia head coach, Harding. Very excited about this matchup this weekend and looking to get back into a rhythm after the Duke series. She said they played pretty well. Obviously, you want to win every series, but all these teams are very good in the ACC.
It is a gauntlet of a schedule. But in that Duke series, she said that they kind of shot themselves in the foot and then had some tough breaks like we've mentioned with those injuries, but just really excited about the competition and the opportunity that they're going to have against this top-ranked Virginia Tech team.
Carly Aldridge, shortstop, facing a 1-1 count against Brigham here in the top of the second. Each team looking for their first base hit. This one's foul right towards the screener. Rachel Castine had to jump out of the way on the on-deck circle.
And that ball just flew off of Aldridge's bat. That's how you know she's on time. So if I'm Brigham right here, I'm probably going to go to an off-speed because she seems on time for my hard.
1-2. Inside, she says it hit her on the hip. Looking back to the dugout. Lyndon Baptiste didn't see that, so it's 2-2.
Let me take a look. It's
looked like it misdirected there a little bit.
Outside pitch. 3-2.
Aldridge has struck out only twice the entire season. She faces this full count.
And that was a borderline pitch. I'm surprised she let it go, but like you said, very few strikeouts. She really trusts that eye.
She hits this one to left field, and tracking it there is Kelsey Hackett for the second out.
I have to give credit to Eden Brigham. On some of these calls, they're pretty borderline, but the very next pitch, she's continuing to go right at the batter rather than letting the emotion of a borderline pitch affect the very next pitch. So just showing her maturity and her veteran mentality.
Rachel Castine, second baseman. Sees a ball on that one as she steps in. And comes back with the strike from Brigham there to even at 1-1. And you playing catcher at the collegiate level and making sure that the mental side for your pitcher, when a call doesn't go her way, to just focus on what the next pitch is going to be.
Definitely, and you can't really show much emotion back there because you're the only player where all 9 are directly focused right at you. And so your pitcher feeds off of your reaction to a ball or strike. So if you just keep your energy up and think about the next pitch immediately, your pitcher will do the same.
The 1-2 from Brigham. A little bit high, 2-2. The team batting average for the Hokies, 374. Virginia 320. Give you an idea what this offense can do when they're on target. This one dribbled towards first base. It's a race to the bag. Lacey Eaton gets there first. And it's a 1-2-3 Virginia second inning. Moving to the bottom of the second next.
Emma Mazzarone, outstanding all season, keeping the ball down and throwing a lot of strikes.
She has, and that's when she's most on, is when she's attacking the zone. The times that she struggled this year is just when she gets behind batters and has to put it over the plate. When she gets ahead of batters, she has some elite strikeout pitches, and she can go vertical very well with the rise ball or with the drop ball down.
Bottom of the second inning at Palmer Park, Kelsey Hackett for Virginia. And look at the speed she has on that. And, steps back there, looked like she wanted to strike on that first pitch. And this one is driven right to the third baseman. What a catch. Jordan Lynch.
Jordan Lynch look alive there at third base. But for the batter, Kelsey Hackett, this is a great swing, just staying level throughout it. With the speed of Mazzarone, we've been talking about it, 70 plus, being on time for an inside pitch. Line drives, eventually they fall, but right there, Lynch at third just got all the glove on it.
Now Reagan Hickey fouls this one back and out of play. That's a strike from Emma to get ahead of 0-2. This one is fouled back and out of play.
Just an absolutely amazing whip. I'm not supposed to say it's divided by innings pitched. 1.34, not much of an opportunity to get on base when you're facing Mazzarone.
And that's what Coach Harding told us coming in, was that they have to capitalize on the mistakes of Virginia Tech pitchers.
Outside for Hickey there, so. Steps in here with one away in the bottom of the second as Virginia trying to get the ball out of the infield against Mazzarone. And the rise ball is too hard to handle there for a strikeout from Emma.
And that's what I mean by getting ahead and being able to go to your strikeout pitches. That's out of the zone, starting at the chest, but then going to an unhittable area in the strike zone. But Mazzarone's just wheeling and dealing right now. She's attacking every batter from the first pitch.
Alex Call, the grounder right to Kylie Aldridge for another 1, 2, 3, 6 in a row for Emma Mazzarone. A good start for the lefty here in Charlottesville.
And both teams playing in places that they're most comfortable. You can see on this graphic, Virginia plays their best, 20-1 when they're at home, but on the other hand, Virginia Tech, they play very well away. They started a lot of their season on the road. So this is not new to them, coming into environments at away series. Look at that record, 29-4. So both teams in places that they're most comfortable with. Now let's see if one of them can get their bats going and score a run.
Gabby Mizell swinging a miss there from Eden Bigham as we move to the top of the third, no score. Only one base runner, and that was Zoe Yeager, who walked in the first. Only 6 games at home so far for the Hokies, 5-1 at home. Swing and a miss. Demonstrates how good a team you have when you can go to those neutral sites, go on the road, play a team like South Carolina, other teams, and do so well. Coach Moore talked about it. It doesn't matter where we play, we're still going to play the same way.
And we asked about it in previous years. He said, we always have to do it. We can't play at home in February. It's freezing. They are always practicing inside. So it's just something that they're used to as a team overall.
And a swing and a miss strikeout from Bigham versus Mizell. That's her 3rd strikeout in the first 3 frames.
And Bigham is really relying on that off-speed pitch down in the zone. I like that when she's ahead, she doesn't pitch it for a strike. She makes it unhittable for the batter. So that should give her some confidence that it doesn't even have to be a strike and she's getting batters to be induced and chase it.
Annika Rose is next for the Hokies. .296 average this season. And as a player, Riley, when you get in a situation, you play a pitcher that's moving the ball around like this. Are you looking to just try to poke it in the hole, make contact, just try to extend at bats? What are some of the things that are going through your mind?
My goal is to attack the first pitch that's over the heart of the plate, whether that is a changeup or her curveball like that. I'm not going to put myself in a position to have to fight off a changeup in 2 different speeds later in my at-bat. But if you're struggling with your timing with that changeup, I might even pick a speed, whether that's I pick changeup even if it's first pitch and I go for it, or I stick with hard.
She does get a piece of that one, fouls it off. Staying alive, a 2-2 count for Rose here in the 3rd.
And sometimes that's all you have to do is put a bat on a ball, try and poke it foul when you're not fully on time, especially with that changeup.
And you can help your team out because getting the full count, making the pitcher have to use 6, 7, 8, 9 pitches against you helps the next batter up.
It definitely does, and it continuously passes information to the rest of the team of what sequences are they using.
The full count. Fouled off again. What in that bat here from Annika Rose. Coach DeMoor was talking about a couple of errors in their first few games, and the media was asking about it because they're so good defensively. Swing and a miss there from Bigham's rising fastball. Out number 2. We have a couple of softball series finales on Sunday, starting with Game 3 of this series between the Hoos and the Hokies. That's a 4 Eastern first pitch, and then at 6 Eastern, NC State hosts the Cal Bears. And that's from Raleigh. Both are on ACC Network and the ESPN app. And he was talking about, Coach DeMoor was, when he was asked the question about why are a couple of errors here early on, he says, well, we've been inside for 2 or 3 months. Finally got outside. Takes a little time to warm up.
And that's what makes their record to start so impressive in that graphic that we showed to start this inning, of how successful they are on the road. Not being able to sleep in your own bed, dealing with travel consistently is hard in every aspect of the game. And defense just something that they'll catch up with, and you can see they have with the plays that they've been making this series and the previous ones.
Addison Foster struck out looking her first time up. Faces a 1-2 count here, top of the order. And this one is driven to right field and over the head of Madison Green. Extra bases. The speed for Addison Foster, and she's going for 3, and she is in. Safe! A triple for the Hokies.
That was a beautiful swing by Addison Foster, turning on an inside pitch out of the hand of Bigham, and then just turning on the wheels to get around a third. No hesitation, no stop. But look at this pitch, down and in. She gets that back knee below the ball. That's how you hit a ball down in the zone, is you have to get your body in line. And then in right field, Green, her first step was a little bit hesitant. She didn't immediately go back, so that's what allowed Foster to get that triple.
First pitch swinging Jordan Lynch into center field, and racing is Jaden Griffith. Makes the catch. Hokies leave Foster on third. Coach DeMoor coming up next. His thoughts from Charlottesville.
Welcome back to Charlottesville. Moving to the bottom of the third inning, Virginia Tech and Virginia in the Commonwealth Clash. No score, just one hit on the board moments ago from Addison Foster. Honored to be joined by Coach Pete D'Amour from Virginia Tech. Pete, thank you so much for your time. Your thoughts on the couple of first innings? Very impressive pitching from both teams.
Yeah, it's a chess match right now. Both pitchers throwing well. We just got to figure out Bigham and string together some good at-bats.
Coach, sticking with the theme of at-bats, stringing them across, how do you deal with the two pitches, the speed change, and what is the message to your team to be able to beat that?
Yeah, you just sit on one or the other, and hopefully you sit on the right one. You know, but when she's commanding both of them, it's tough. So you just got to be disciplined to sit on either change or the hard one.
Looking for something to get in each at-bat. You got to like what Annika does there, extending the at-bat and getting a chance to see what Bigham is bringing.
Yeah, we just got to make her throw more, and the more pitches we see, usually the better we are.
Thank you so much, Coach. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Gobble, gobble.
That is Coach D'Amour from Virginia Tech here in the third. And it'll be Hannah Weismer, Madison Green, and Hannah Tobert. There's a look at Emma Mazzarone. Has not allowed a base hit. Weisman gets a piece of that one, 0-1. And a 216 average and an 872 OPS.
And the way to beat Mazzarone, you know she's attacking early, is doing exactly what Weismer just did, and that's attacking the first good pitch that you see over the heart of the plate. The challenge is being able to hit it in fair territory for a hit.
Check for a swing there from Weismer, 1-1, but you made a great point as a player, and what you always saw is if the pitcher's trying to attack you, you try to attack right back. Sometimes it's easier said than done. And that off-speed pitch was outstanding. A swing and a miss there, 1-2.
It is hard to attack, especially when you get a change of speed like that one. Obviously throwing upper 70s with her heart and then taking some speed off it makes it really tough to be able to fight off both pitches.
2-2 for Weismer here. Leading off the bottom of the third, Virginia looking for their first base hit after the Hokies got a triple in the top of the third. The 2-2. A swing and a miss. Struck her out. That's her second. Tonight we'll have game 2 of the 3-game baseball series between 7th-ranked Florida State and number 3 Georgia Tech. That's on ACC Network at 8. And tomorrow's finale is at 3. Starting on ACC Network Extra. Like everything else, all games are also available on your ESPN app. Madison Green steps in her first at bat against Virginia Tech. Swing and a miss on the outside pitch, 1-1. 70 miles per hour.
You can really tell Mazzarone's really spinning on all 4 quadrants of the zone. So for Virginia, the challenge is picking what side of the plate you're going to go for, and when you get it, going full out. You can't take that pitch.
This one is driven down the left field line and in foul territory. Nora Abramovich, a great catch.
And a good pitch by Mazzarone. She started down and out, worked that one a little bit more in on Green, getting it off the handle of her bat to make for that pop-up. But Abramovich there in left field really had to run quite a ways to get that ball.
Hannah Tobert, 9th place hitter, the 3rd baseman for the Hoos, 1-0. There, 1-1. This is her 6th start of the season.
When we talked to Coach Harden about Tober, she said she's just got to give herself a break. She doesn't have that many at-bats on the season, and she's playing even more now with some of the injuries, and to just stack at-bats one on top of the other. But she's type A. She wants to go get it. But to let the game come to her, give herself a break, and just play freely.
2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. 8 straight for Mazzarone. And that one bounces in front of Yeager. 2-2. To the plate. And it is outside.
And you can see on both sides of the ball, both pitchers really wanting that outside pitch. It is barely missing on that outside corner. Probably later in the game, you will see the umpire stretch that zone just a little bit more to get that as a strike.
That one is laced down the left field line, but it is foul off the bat of Tober. Yeah, the home plate umpire, Baptiste, does take a little bit of time there to show you if it's a strike or not. So a little bit of drama. Full count, 3-2 for Tober, trying to stay alive here in the bottom of the 3rd. And that one's a little bit high. A walk, the first base runner tonight for Virginia. Impressive at bat for Tober.
That was an excellent at bat. She fought off a ton of pitches, really trusted her eye, and that's what we were talking about with Coach Harden and what she wanted Tober to show this weekend, and that was to just let herself play. And you could really tell with that at bat that she just trusted her eyes throughout the entire one.
Jade Hilton. Swinging a miss there. Strike 1. She flew out to right field in the bottom of the 1st. That one's a strike on the outside corner. 0-2.
Mazzarone has really been utilizing a change of speeds. Now, top of the lineup coming back up. She used a lot of hard their first time around. Now she's kind of showing them a different arsenal of pitches.
The 0-2. Way high, 1-2. For Hilton, 16 extra base hits this season. This one is hit to the 3rd baseman. She grabs it, fires it to first, but not in time. The throw from Lynch to Chatfield. Speed of Hilton on display there. She'll get a base hit.
And Hilton just doing a great job turning on an inside pitch. It's coming at her 70 miles per hour. So she's getting that rotational force through early. Also worked it down as well, keeping that back knee below the ball. But I love the all-out effort by Lynch. Just couldn't quite get the grip on the ball, transition it fast enough. But when you put the ball and play hard, good things happen for Hilton.
This one bounces off of Jaden Griffith. It's going to be a foul ball in front of home plate down the first base line, 0-1. Griffith grounded out to Mazzarone in the 1st.
She's one of those players that's really being in a position that she's going to need to step up. It did hit her while she was in the box. Some of the Tech fans were saying out of the box after that one.
That one outside, 1-1. Tober at second base and Hilton at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. First runner in scoring position tonight for the Cavaliers. And that one's outside again, 2-1. And the 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2.
Just a good job by Mazzarone to go right at Griffith. knowing that she's a slapper, she can't beat you with that one swing. So the defense right now, they're playing her as a true slapper. The infield's kind of pinched in. The middles are in the baseline. So they're not letting her beat them in front.
See how close the infielders are, and the 2-2, and that one is slapped to the second baseman. And Rachel Castine flips it to Chatfield for the third out. Virginia leaves 2 on as we head to the fourth, no score.
The fourth inning in Charlottesville, it's all about a pitcher's duel, if you will, in the Commonwealth Clash.
And Byron, I said that coming in with these pitchers' numbers, I just had a feeling it was going to be a pitcher's duel in a battle for both offenses. Both sides of the ball, they are spinning it very well, really utilizing their strikeout pitches. But Bigham, she has really been utilizing that changeup. Mazzarone going to rise and an off speed now. It's going to just be the offense that can have that clutch hit when runners are on base. And that's what winning championships is all about. It's pitching, defense, and then clutch hitting, and taking advantage of your opportunity when it comes to you.
Already through 3 as Zoe Yeager gets her second opportunity against Bigham, and it's a foul. 0-2. Yeager walked in the first. That's the only walk for Bigham so far. As you saw on the screen, 4 strikeouts already. This one is grounded. Hot shot to the second baseman, Alex Call. She flips it over to Eaton for the out.
And that's just a great job of her keeping her eyes behind the ball, meaning she has her glove in front, so everything that she needs to see is right in front of her, and staying down on a ball on that short hop, just being able to read the hop. That's a great hit. Great play by Call.
Standing in, Nora Abramovich. This one's a little bit high on the rising fastball, 1-0. 55 as you see pitches so far for Eden. And that one also a little bit high, 2-0. Yeah, when you have a game this close, with so few opportunities, and those opportunities dwindling because you're already in the fourth, any base runner could be the biggest. And now a big chance here for Abramovich as she's got the count at 3-0.
Because those base runners are so few and thin, you have to take advantage of counts like this. If I'm probably going to be taking 3-0, make her come to me, but if I get to that 3-1, I'm going to attack a ball over the heart of the wide of the plate.
A strike there to stay alive in the at-bat for Bigham. 3-1. This one is fouled back. She got it to full count.
And I really like that swing by Abramovich. Yes, it wasn't fair, but it helped her get even more on time.
Abramovich there, fouls it off again. So the count remains full. Michelle Chatfield would be next. Hokies got a triple from Addison Foster in the third. That's their base hit so far against Bigham. Abramovich leans in and does draw the walk. So a base runner for the Hokies here in the fourth.
Just a smart at bat, going 3-0, fighting off, trusting that eye and that full count. And it's really hard as a batter when you're ahead, pitcher comes back, to settle back in to be able to get that walk. So just a great at bat.
Chatfield pops this one up in the infield, calling it Hannah Tobler, and she gets under it for the second out.
And what makes Bigham so elite is she goes right after the next batter. That's when things start to get out of hand, is when you let things compile, whether that's a walk and a hit back to back. But yeah, she just had a walk and then went right at the next batter and got a pop-up.
That's Kylie Aldridge stepping in against Bigham. Aldridge flew out to left field in the second. And with 2 outs, faces Bigham here, and that one is a strike. 0-1. .402 average for Aldridge. So many great hitters in this Hokies lineup. That one's inside and it gets away from Hickey. Racing down to second, Abramovich.
And this now puts a different pressure on Virginia. You have a runner in scoring position. And with a player like Aldridge up to bat, knowing the power that she has, a base hit is going to score the runner from second.
Swing and a miss on the inside pitch there by Aldridge from Bigham, and she's 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. Runner on second, 2 outs here, top of the fourth, no score. Fouled it off. Was Kylie Aldridge.
And that's a great job by Eden Bigham, going back in after the swing and miss to Aldridge, but she just moved it a little bit more in to induce her to hit a foul ball. Now she has Aldridge's eyes kind of set on that inside corner. You wonder if she's going to go outside or even a change of speeds.
The 1-2 is up high, 2-2. Yeah, that's the pitcher's advantage when you have a 1-2 count. You still have another pitch there where you can try something here, even at 2-2. And this one's fouled back. Aldridge getting a piece of that one to remain 2-2.
And Bigham's just moving in all zones, starting with that curveball inside corner, went up with the rise, moved that one outside. So now Aldridge is really having to protect all 4 quadrants of the zone.
The 2-2 is driven, foul, and out of play. Huge crowd there getting a souvenir in the right corner grass. Kylie Aldridge, the 2-2 count. She's got Nora Abramovich on second base, trying to bring her home. And the 2-2. This one is driven deep to center field, and it is off the wall in front of Jaden Griffith. Rounding third and scoring is Abramovich. And a double for Kylie Aldridge. Virginia Tech scores first in the Commonwealth Clash.
And Aldridge, that is just a phenomenal at-bat. She fouled off just about every pitch that was hard and a strike. This one's a changeup out the hand of Bigham. She gets her front foot down, but the way she's able to hit it is she keeps her hands back. Once she keeps those hands back, she explodes with those hips, being able to hit it to the deepest part of the field in center. And you can see just scoring first matters so much in a pitcher's duel. But Aldridge, the best swing of the night on one of Bingham's toughest pitches to get a hit off.
Her 13th double of the season and 32nd RBI. Look at those numbers on doubles. 85 for Virginia Tech. Tops of the D1 averages. Just impressive offense all season long for the Hokies.
It has been impressive. And we asked Coach Pete D'Amour the hitting philosophy. He said they just try and hit the ball hard. And the results come with that of a lot of gap balls, even a ton of home runs. But when you hit the ball hard, good things happen. And he even narrowed it down to the focus of what pitch can you hit hard. And that allows his team to have better pitch selection when their goal is to put a great swing on a good pitch.
Pinch runner for the Hokies at second, already up 1-0. For the Hokies, that is Lily Bronte from Charlottesville, Miller School of Albemarle, on second base. An 0-1 count for Castine here with 2 outs in the fourth, a run across. This one is popped up. Towards the catcher, and she cannot hold on to it there, Reagan Hickey. So Castine stays alive.
With how high that ball was hit, definitely your third baseman has to come in. They have a better angle on that ball versus the catcher where their body is turned the other way. But that is a freshman, Hannah Tober, at third base, a replacement for one of the injured Virginia players. So just not as much experience there, and you can tell based on the hesitation of calling that ball off from catcher Reagan Hickey.
That one's outside, 1 and 2 for Rachel Castine, who grounded out to first base in the second. Runner on second for Virginia Tech. Galante and the pitch. Check swing. And she did go. That'll be a strikeout for Castine, but not before Virginia Tech scores first. A double from Aldridge. It's an RBI. And the Hokies lead 1-0. Interview coming up with Coach Harden. Coming up next. Heading to the bottom of the fourth inning here in Charlottesville. Virginia Tech leading 1-0 over Virginia. Honored to be welcoming in Joanna Harden, head coach for the Virginia Cavaliers, and Eden Bingham doing an outstanding job, Coach. They do get a hit and a RBI in the fourth. But what's your take of the first 4 innings?
It's a dogfight. We knew this was going to be a dogfight. You know, when you go to Virginia Tech, when you go to Virginia, you look forward to this. It's fun, it's competitive, and this is the second year in a row where we both in the top 20. So it's competitive, and it's exactly what we thought it would be. So we're just going to keep scratching and clawing and keep getting after it.
And Coach, you have an extra challenge right now with the gloves stacking on your head, but your offense is facing a challenge against Emma Mazzarone.
Yep.
What is the message to be able to scratch one to tie it and even get ahead?
We got to be on time for the one she leaves on the plate. You know, she's a great arm, great pitcher. The numbers don't lie, and so she's going to give us one or two in the game, and so we've just got to be on time for it and make sure we get a swing off. I love that we're getting them on close to the plate. We're getting the swings off, so we just got to keep hustling and keep getting after it. This is good core strengthening exercises, so for any of those coaches out there that want a little help, you know, here we are.
Good balance, too. How about the atmosphere here tonight, Coach, with the sellout crowd and standing room only? It's just a lot of electricity in this series.
It's incredible. Like, this is what we grow up dreaming of, right? As a little girl, you want to play in front of crowds like this. This is a postseason feel, and it's a great opponent. It's everything you dream about as a little kid. So we're getting to live our dream right now. So we want to just be in it and stay present and have a great time while we're doing it.
Well, you look great there, Coach Hart. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, go Hoos.
We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. And that was pretty good balance there with the 3 gloves.
I love it. You don't see that much during coaches' interviews during the game. You usually see when players try and stack gloves on their teammates after the game, but you can just tell how loose she is. Her team's loose. They're able to have some fun. And that's how you have to go into these series. If you start to clinch up, tense up when you're down 1 run, you press at the plate. So when coach is feeling loose, you feel loose in the box as a batter.
Top hitter Macy Eaton standing in against Mazzarone, down 1 here for Virginia, bottom of the 4th. And that one is outside and low. 1-0 for Eaton. She flew out to center field. Last out of the 1st. Holds back on that one. That's a strike, 1-1. And that is a hit by pitch. Eaton. That one stings, but she gets to go to first base. Coach Harden has a dream, not only for her team to play well, but also to get to Oklahoma. And she has worked very hard here in the last 4 seasons to improve this squad with the talent she's brought in.
She has, and she's very set in her values and confident in her mentality and her staff's mentality as a whole. I love when she told us that the coaching staff met after the Duke series and talked about what they had to do to get better, and that it starts with them and bleeds onto the players. So they didn't say that there was a problem. They just said, hey, next game. And you can see that with the way that Virginia's playing tonight. They might have had to deal with a few injuries, but they're just attacking one pitch after another.
That's Kelsey Hackett. She takes the first pitch out of the zone, 1-0. And there's their teammates trying to get a rally going here in the 4th. The 1-0. This one is grounded towards short, firing it to second for the fielder's choice. Good play there by Aldridge to Castine, and Eaton is out for the first out, but Hackett reaches.
And that's a great play by Aldridge, the shortstop. Ball's going 5-6 hole, and she understands the speed and direction of the ball and understands that she still can get the lead out. So that just always crushes some of the momentum of the hitting team, and you're able to get that lead out on a ball that doesn't seem like it's going to be an easy play.
Impressive, too, as you look at Mazzarone's numbers as Reagan Hickey steps in. Just 43 pitches so far, with 1 away here in the 4th.
And that means she's attacking and she's being efficient and helping her team out altogether by being able to add more pitches to her arm later down the road in this series when they call on her.
We're going to miss there from Hickey. Hickey struck out in the 2nd inning. Virginia looks for their 2nd hit of the game against Mazzarone. The 1-1. This one is grounded off the first baseman Chatfield's glove, and the runners are safe as Hickey reaches. Lacrosse tomorrow on ACC Network and the ESPN app. It's the number 11 Clemson women hosting number 17 Duke. That's at noon Eastern. And then at 5, the number 1 North Carolina men take on number 2 Notre Dame. That's going to be in South Bend. Should be 2
quality matchups, and you can see them on ACC Network.
Alex Call with 2 runners on base. Base hit for Hickey there to get Hackett to second.
And that's what happens when you put pressure on the defense. You make the defense move their feet, have to make a play. And going back to what Coach Harden said leading into this inning is you have to take advantage of that one opportunity. And with runners on, there's no better time than now for batter Alex Call.
Call fouls that one off 0-2. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Virginia trying to get a run back after the Hokies scored in the top of the frame. Mazzarone ahead 0-2. And the pitch. Outside 1-2.
The 216 average and a 713 OPS. The pitch is
smack deep to left field, and it is out of here! Alex Call with a dramatic 3-run shot well over the left field wall, and Virginia erases the deficit with an emphatic 3-run shot. 3-1 Cavaliers over the Hokies in the 4th.
Alex Call just fired up her team. This is as clutch as it gets, and we just talked to Coach Harden at the top of this inning that they have to take advantage of that one mistake pitch by Mazzarone when she gives it to them. What better time than now with runners on base? This is just left over the heart of the plate. Alex Call in a 2-strike count, still able to put her best swing on the ball. And you can see that rotational force just starts the swing from the beginning, and that's why it was able to go the distance. Just what a swing by Call.
Reversal of fortune in the 4th for Virginia. That is Call's 5th homer of the season, and for Mazzarone, that's the 9th round tripper she's allowed as Hannah Weismer steps in. Swing and a miss there, 1-1, and Call taking advantage of the situation, waiting for her pitch there, Riley, and as you said at the outset, even in a pitcher's duel, you get a couple runners on base, you can make an impact.
Definitely, and it adds more pressure to the pitcher, thinking that they have to be perfect. And when you are tense as a pitcher, trying to spot the ball versus pitching freely, that's when mistake pitches happen like that.
Virginia's offense has been able to create big innings, and here's what they've done the last couple of seasons.
And it really starts with the pitches that they are swinging at. You can tell Call ready for that up pitch. Virginia has some of the best numbers in walks versus strikeouts in the ACC. They have more walks than strikeouts. And so they're very selective up at the plate, and you can tell just with last season, this season, their numbers, it all starts with the pitch that you go for.
Still only 1 out, 1-2 count for Weismer. And a strike on the rising fastball is a called 3rd strike, and a good bounce back there from Mazzarone.
And I talked about it earlier in this game, that elite pitchers like Eden Bigham on the other side of the ball, and now Emma Mazzarone, when something happens, a walk, a hit, the next batter they go right after to not let things compile or get out of hand.
Madison Green with 2 away. Green flew out on a pop foul 3rd base side in the 3rd. Check swing is a strike, 1-1. Double checking with home plate umpire Baptiste. She swung that bat there. And it's a 1-1 count for Green. Outside 2-1.
You can tell Green is really trying to shoot her hips towards the ball. Understanding the speed of Mazeron, sometimes you do have to cheat to get yourself on time. So all of her takes kind of look like she's going until she stops at the last second.
That one is inside, 3-1. So now an opportunity here for Madison Green. Fouls off that one in front of the plate. Full count.
With 2 strikes, I've been loving the at-bats that Virginia's having against Mazeron. They're fouling off a ton of pitches, not giving up, just sticking their bat out to give themselves another life.
And the pitch. Grounded towards short. Aldridge scoops it and throws it over to Chatfield for the out. But not before Virginia smacks a dramatic 3-run homer.
And Alex Call, she got the pitch. That was a mistake, and she punished it over the heart of the plate to give Virginia the lead, firing her team up on all aspects.
Texas did everything that they needed to do.
Want to mess around with this OU.
Stanford firmly in control.
Huge weekend for Florida State.
It is gone!
She slams it into the ground.
Top of the 5th inning here in Charlottesville.
That first swing from Gabby. Actually, that's going to be a change for Virginia Tech as Jordan Bishop stepping in as a pinch hitter. She fouls that one off. What does this mean for Bigham to get that 3-run shot and go up 2?
It allows her to pitch more free. One swing isn't going to beat her, so she can continue to attack these Virginia Tech batters as she has been throughout the game. But now she has a little bit more wiggle room.
Look at those impressive numbers there for Bishop, 1.400 in the OPS. So many great young players for Coach DeMoore. We talk so much about Jordan Lynch. Look at a player like Jordan Bishop pinch hitting. She's a freshman. And they just keep working to add the depth to go with the seniors and the juniors. Just continue that process of success in Blacksburg. The 2-2 for Bishop is outside from Bigham. Full count.
When you ask Coach Pete DeMoore about his seniors and juniors, he always talks about how if they're with him long enough, he has pride in developing his players.
That one is popped up. Foul. Tober tracking, and she's able to make the catch for the first out.
And going back to what Coach Pete D'Amour said on developing players, you see him trying to get players that are younger like Jordan Bishop at bats, but at the same time, they can constantly learn from the upperclassmen's at bats before them. They're locked in the game the entire time. When they get their opportunity, it almost feels like they've gone through a couple mental at bats before they step in the box themselves.
Yeah, when you have two elite teams, top 25 teams, he even mentioned that even those midweek games, you think that's where you get a lot of at-bats for other players. There's a look at Emma Mazzarone. Not only can she pitch, but she is an outstanding hitter, and she'll step in to this pinch hitting role here.
A little do-it-herself action, if you will, being able to see the ball from the other side. But Mazzarone, she was originally recruited to be a hitter, and something that she likes to do when she gets the opportunity to pinch hit. But when you can throw the ball on the other side like she can, if I'm Coach Pete D'Amour, I'm going to ride with her in the circle. And then if she does get the opportunity to hit, just want her to have a quality at bat. She knows the strike zone better than other batters because she's been pitching in it. So there's a few advantages for her.
Swing and a miss there for Mazzarone. The flex player as the pitcher, and you can see what D'Amour is doing here is, trying to be aggressive in answering here in the fifth. Going with a hot hitter like Jordan Bishop, and now, as you mentioned, a great hitter like Mazzarone. But Diggum's been up to the task so far. She tries to stay in rhythm herself.
She's really been utilizing every part of the zone and changing speeds. So when we talked to Coach D'Amour, he said that you have to pick what speed you're going to go for and then hope you get it, and once you get it, you got to put a good swing on it.
Mazzarone, 310 batting average. 4 extra base hit so far. And that one is up high. Full count. Addison Foster on deck for the Hokies as they look to get some runners on base themselves after the call, 3-run shot. And a ball is a walk for Mazzarone here, and they got a runner just like they wanted. Monday, the Huddle crew will break down the ACC players that will or could hear their name called during the 3-day NFL Draft in less than 2 weeks. Coverage of this 1-hour special begins at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Addison Foster steps in as Mazzarone did her job and she got on base. And Rose, who is the flex player at designated player for Virginia Tech, she will run for the pitcher Mazzarone.
And I have to go back to that at bat by pitcher Mazzarone. She's been focused on pitching throughout this game, but then having one of the most quality at bats for Virginia Tech. If I'm in the dugout watching my pitcher on one side of the ball and come in and have a quality at bat, that's going to fire me up and make me more competitive to follow in her footsteps and do the same thing.
The 1-1 is up high, 2-1. And she'd love to repeat that triple from the 3rd inning right here to get the Hokies on the board again. And is inside, 3-1. That one's way outside. And another walk, so 2 runners on now for the Hokies in the 5th.
You can tell in these later innings for Eden Bigham, just trying to be a little too perfect in spotting these pitches. One of the goals for the pitching staff coming in for Virginia was to attack and be who you are. And right now, Bigham struggling a little bit in the attacking category.
Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Coach Harden also comes out to the circle. And we will for the Virginia Cavaliers here in the 5th. Julia Kuzo coming in to replace Bigham. The relief pitcher is coming in for the Cavaliers. And the Hokies threatening here in the 5th with 2 runners on and 1 out. We'll introduce Kuzo after this timeout. Welcome back to Palmer Park. There's a look at Eden Bigham. She did outstanding work tonight to keep the Cavaliers on top.
She was exceptional in some of these later innings. Just struggled a little bit with her command, not going right at batters, but this is why you need a complete staff in the ACC. Because hitters are so advanced that you need to give them a different look.
89 pitches and 52 for strikes, and that is the relief pitcher, Julia Kuzo, who has been outstanding herself this year, Riley. She had an impressive 5 innings of scoreless relief against the Tar Heels in early March.
She has that high upper 60s with an elite drop ball, so a little bit different of a look, going more down in the zone than Bigham.
Tough task here against Jordan Lynch, who takes a strike 0-1 with 2 runners on. She represents the go-ahead run for the Hokies here in the 5th. Kuzo delivers, and this one is a foul ball.
And
that was close to being a 2-run double. Here are her numbers in the ACC.
So definitely a player that if you're Virginia, you don't want to leave anything over the heart of the plate. You see, tied for first with doubles, so really able to keep that front shoulder closed, and that's how you drive runs in.
Kuzo with a dramatic strikeout there. A called 3rd strike to get the most dangerous hitter for the Hokies out. And there's 2 away.
And that's just about as big of an out as you can get coming in as a relief pitcher. Kuzo worked ahead, then was able to work on the outside corner to Jordan Lynch. Just a competitive sequence of pitches. Getting Jordan Lynch to freeze is a tough task. And with that upper 60s, these batters haven't been timed up for that. So she has the advantage, but going right at batters is going to be her key.
Zoe Yeager stepping in, 2-0 from Kuzo now. As you can see, Rose getting a healthy lead with 2 outs and trying to create some havoc on the base path. Foster at first for Virginia Tech. Yeager steps in, and that's a rising fastball strike from Kuzo. High leverage situation here for Virginia against the Hokies, and this one is smacked to center field. Racing over to catch it is Jaden Griffith, and she's able to record the 3rd out as the Hokies unable to score in the fifth. Bottom. Beautiful shot of Palmer Park on a Friday night in Charlottesville, Virginia. Byron Kerr and Riley West. Virginia gets a big home run, and the Hokies battling here in the first game of the Commonwealth Clash.
And for Virginia, that home run was huge. Coach Harden had said coming into the series and during her interview that they have to be ready for that one pitch, that one mistake pitch from Mazzarone, and that's exactly what they've done. We had a feeling this was going to be a bit of a pitcher's duel, and it has been. But that just shows you the margin for error in these top 20 series is very small. One mistake pitch, and it can lead to a home run.
Yeah, one of the biggest of the season for Virginia there with Alex Call's number 5 home run. And a 3-1 advantage here in the bottom of the fifth, looking for more. This one's fouled back by Tober, 1-1.
And that has to be the message for Virginia, knowing how elite Virginia Tech's hitters are, that you have to scratch a few more insurance runs across the board. You can't let up just with a 2-run lead.
Tober stands in, Mazzarone to the plate, and the rising fastball is a strike. That one is a little bit high, 2-2. Virginia with 3 hits and 3 runs. Virginia Tech 2 hits and 1 run. All the scoring in the 4th inning. She's gonna miss. Struck her out. We have a couple of softball series finales coming up. At 6 Eastern Time, NC State against Cal from Raleigh. Both are on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
And nowadays, Byron, you have to have multiple devices to catch all the action. One device in one game is not good enough. There's so much good softball around the country, and specifically in the ACC this weekend and almost every single weekend.
I know you got your iPad, you got your phone going. A lot of great rivalries all weekend long, a lot of fun. And I know you were telling me when you played at Tennessee and playing Kentucky, these kind of rivalries, Virginia Tech and Virginia, I mean, you have a lot of buddies on the other team too at times that you want to try to score against.
A lot of these girls were recruited by both sides. Virginia senior class, all 5 of them from Virginia, so it means a little bit more. You're also playing against girls from the state that you've played against your entire career. And so for those 5 seniors from Virginia, you just know this means a lot. And to have this lead right now, I understand how big this is.
And a walk there. Mazzarone lets Jade Hilton through, and that's a second time on first base for Hilton.
Look at all these numbers. You have 10 at Virginia Tech and 12 for Virginia that are from the Commonwealth. And a lot of times when they're looking for these 3, 4, 5-star recruits, they're both coming into the homes of each of these players, and they have to make a decision.
And it's got to be tough for Coach Moore and Coach Harden going after the same players and just competing on all levels. But we talked to them, and they said that they're off the field, they're friends. And some of their players were shocked by that statement. But in between these lines, it's a heated rivalry, and all the girls know, especially the ones that grew up in Virginia.
Here's the numbers for Emma Mazzarone as they have a visit in the circle here. This crucial moment in the 5th inning with a runner on and 1 out, and Hokies down 3-1.
The message right now is definitely to attack the batter. You can't give up 2 free passes in a row, especially being down 2 runs. You want to go right at these batters. Give your defense a chance to make a play on a ball.
68 pitches so far for Emma. Facing off against Jaden Griffith. Griffith looking for her first base hit, a couple of infield groundouts. And her teammate Jade Hilton at first base. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1 out. That one is up high. 2-0.
And for Griffith, she's a freshman, so this is a big moment for her. But Coach Harden knows that she's going to get pitches to hit in between Hilton and Eaton, so she has to be ready for those pitches and be smooth through the box when she gets them.
Strike call there for Griffith as she looks for an opportunity to get back on base here, 2-1. So you look at the outs you have remaining as we get to the later stages of the game. You want to take advantage of each opportunity. And this one is driven to third base. Checking the runner, Jordan Lynch, and then she fires to first to record the out. The second one in the inning. Hilton gets into scoring position for Macy Eaton.
And Lynch, because she's playing in slapper defense, that one hopper to her, she has the time, she understands the speed and direction. She looked to second, didn't let that look affect her, still continued to move her feet towards first for the out.
Here's Macy Eaton. She reached on a hit by pitch in her last at bat, and a high swing there, 0-1. She was definitely looking to drive the ball there.
You can see with that smile, she was hungry. And sometimes when you see a runner at second base, your eyes get big. You want the first ball that's up to be able to drive it.
This one is dribbled towards the second baseman. The flip to first is not in time. She's safe, and coming around to score is Jade Hilton, showing her speed. Eaton gets on base with the infield single, and Virginia extends their lead to 4-1.
Now immediately you see Coach Pete DeMoore talking to the umpire, asking for the challenge.
Virginia Tech will challenge the safe call at first base, and it was close.
And what really matters here is the initial call being safe, because that means you have to have undoubtable evidence to overturn it. So to me, with this being as close as it is, I don't see the evidence to overturn it. But I have to give credit to Jade Hilton, the base runner, for taking those 2 outs, 2 bases on this play. It was close at first. She did not let up. She didn't watch this play. But let's see on this review if Eaton's foot, I think she's safe. It's close,
so
but I think her left foot, her toe is touching the bag before the ball is secured by first baseman Chatfield.
And of course, with 2 outs, Hilton was running on the pitch. And when that play was finishing at first, she was already at home plate.
Because of the slow roller to the right side, it really worked in both Eaton and Hilton's advantage. Eaton having enough time to leg it out, but also Hilton to have enough time to score pretty easily on that ball, but just excellent base running. As a base runner, sometimes you get caught watching a play, and she just got on her high horse to be able to score.
Great replay by our crew here, showing us so many different angles, and it looks like the ball was not squeezed into the glove before Eaton had touched first base. So it looks like an RBI single for Macy Eaton to extend Virginia up 4-1 here in the 5th inning. But the call is under review, and we're waiting for the umpires to come back out from the video review. They're looking at this replay just like we are.
And with as long as it's taking, you can tell just with this view how close it is. Just amazing work by our crew to be able to get us all the angles. But I have to go back to the initial call is what matters. And the initial call was safe, so in my opinion, I don't see this being overturned based on what I'm able to see.
Here comes Lyndon Baptiste, the home plate umpire, with the result of the review.
After further review, the call on the field has been confirmed. She's safe.
So the call on the field confirmed that Eaton is safe. It's an RBI single infield for Macy Eaton. And Virginia does extend their lead to 4-1 here with a huge insurance run in the 5th.
And it is huge, but it doesn't always take that big a hit. Sometimes it's just putting a little pressure on the defense, sticking your bat out like Eaton did. Just putting pressure on the defense, matched with some excellent base running. That's how you scratch across an insurance run.
And for Virginia, that is Addison Racor at first base to run for Eaton. Addison Racor takes over with 2 outs at first base.
And with that run, you saw it. Jade Hilton tied program record for most runs scored. But that's what happens when you use your athleticism and your speed and you attack plays like that. 2 outs, 2 bases. I am not stopping until the play is finished.
And now it's Kelsey Hackett. And this one gets behind Yeager, and that will allow the runner Racor to go to second base. A wild pitch.
And with the previous batter getting that RBI single, you can tell Virginia Tech, not as much energy on the field, and then that wild pitch from Mazzarone just shaken up a little bit, but it's important they go after this very next batter.
And a swing and a miss there, and that'll be a strikeout. No, that's the second. Or just the first, rather, against Kelsey Hackett. 2-1 for Hackett here in the 5th. And a runner in scoring position for Virginia. Mazzarone to the plate, and that's a strike now, 2-2.
And that was the pitch that we were talking about in the beginning of the game, barely sneaking that corner that was being called a ball, but now that 5th, 6th, 7th inning, the umpire's zone tends to stretch just a little to get pitches like that.
Mazzarone does get the strikeout to end the 5th inning, but not before Virginia is able to add to their lead with an RBI infield single for Macy Eaton. Virginia 4 and the Hokies 1 as we move to the 6th at Palmer Park. ESPN is your home for the Women's College World Series. Coverage begins May 28th on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2. Top of the 6th inning for Virginia Tech. Escuzo comes to the plate against Nora Abramovich, who walked and scored a run in the 4th. One's outside from Cuzo, 2-0. Once again, with just 6 outs remaining, Riley, the Hokies would love to get a rally going here in this at-bat.
And it definitely starts with at-bats like this, where you're waiting for your pitch, making the pitcher come to you. You have to be able to take advantage of hitters' counts, hitting the ball hard, or even taking a free pass if given.
Chance to reach base here for Abramovich against Cuzo. And a strike, 3-1.
And now as a batter, you have to be looking for something on the heart of the right of the plate, knowing she has to come to you.
And it's a little bit outside, so that's the second walk for Abramovich today, and the first walk to begin the 6th. That's what the Hokies would love, to get runners on base down 3.
Just a great at-bat. And being a base runner with no outs allows your offense to score you in a multitude of ways. But dealing with your last 6 outs, this Virginia Tech offense really has to understand that you can't give up too many outs just to score 1 run. You really have to swing at good pitches over the plate, be able to drive balls into the gap to keep innings going.
Chatfield gets ahead here against Cuzo, and that one's way up top too, 2-0. So Cuzo having trouble finding the strike zone here, and her teammates will come out to discuss in the circle. With nobody out here as we play in the top of the 6th.
You see some smiles. Sometimes you don't even talk about softball in these meetings. You kind of break the pace up of the game, maybe throw out a joke to calm your pitcher down. But the entire infield and pitcher right now just smiling, understand they do have that 3-run lead, so go right at these batters. Trust your defense and know that they'll make the plays behind you.
And a strike there from Cuzo versus Chatfield. After that, in the circle discussion, 2-1. Michelle Chatfield looking for her first base hit, and she grounds this one to shortstop. The runner is safe. The relay from Jade Hilton to Alex Call dropped there. Call could not hold on to it, so Abramovich reaches second, and Chatfield, on the fielder's choice, reaches first.
And this was the perfect double play ball right to shortstop Jade Hilton. And you could tell that Alex Call was thinking about the next play, thinking about the potential double play, so didn't fully squeeze the ball before she looked to move her feet to go to 1. So always putting pressure on the defense as a lineup is your goal, and you can see it working in Virginia Tech's favor right there.
Kylie Aldridge now with a big chance for the Hokies. Count 1-1. Aldridge with the biggest hit so far for Virginia Tech, that double in the 4th. It scored a run. The count 2-1 against Cuzo here, and she would love to do that again, representing the tying run. Cuzo delivers. That one's grounded towards Call. She'll fire it to second. Had trouble getting it out of her glove, but she did record the first out in the inning, erasing Chatfield.
That first out is always important, especially splitting the runners. But Alex Call, another ball. It always finds you after you might drop the one before. Just staying smooth, even though she couldn't get the grip to get an out.
Now Rachel Castine will step in to the batter's box as Reagan Hickey brings out the signals to her infielders here with runners on the corners and one away. That one's called a ball. It's 1-0. Castine can also deliver the home run. You look at those numbers there. Count 2-0.
This Virginia crowd is really wanting some of these borderline pitches.
Cuso looks in and fires, and that one is outside, 3-0.
And as a battery pitcher catcher, if it gets a little bit rowdy with that strike zone, you have to just continue to know not to move the ball a foot, but to move it just inches, and that's how you're going to entice the umpire to give you that strike.
Jade Hilton coming over to talk to Cuso. Gabby Mizell in the on-deck circle. 1 out, the 3-0. Outside, that's a ball, and that's a walk. Second of the inning, and the bases are loaded for Virginia Tech.
Just a great job by these Virginia Tech batters to put all the pressure on Cuso, the pitcher. In this moment, you can tell it's getting a little bit rowdy. She's struggling to find the strike zone. So using that to your advantage and making sure she gives you a pitch over the heart of the white of the plate.
The Hokies have 3 runners on, and today only 2 hits, but 6 free passes from Virginia has allowed them to put some pressure on the Virginia defense.
And this is where you have to take advantage of those free passes. Still understand that there's even more pressure on the pitcher. She has got to give you a strike, and if she doesn't, you take the free pass and you extend the inning.
Ava Hodges and Courtney Lane warming up in the Virginia bullpen. Coach Harden has some words for Lyndon Baptiste, the home plate umpire, as well, as she heads back to the dugout.
We talked about it coming into this series of how deep this Virginia pitching staff is and how deep their bullpen is. And you can tell they've already used 2 tonight. They're going to be dipping into it even more throughout this series, especially if Cuso struggles getting out of this inning.
Lila Blackwell coming into pinch run at first base for Castine. And Gabby Mizell stands in against Cuso here. The base is loaded. And a strike to start for Cuso. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
And that is a filthy pitch. It looks like the same tunnel coming out of Cuso's hand, but she takes a ton of speed off of it. And coming in, she's already 66, 67 miles per hour. So she just takes a lot off and gets the batter way out in front.
Cuso has that one grounded right in front of her, and no one can get to it in time before the run scores for Virginia Tech. Abramovich comes home from third, and it's 4-2.
And Byron, we've now seen this twice tonight where a slow ball, slow dribbler to the right side scores a run. Now this is almost like a swinging bunt where the batter fully swings and it's in no man's land. The best option for Virginia to do is see if it continues to roll and maybe goes foul. But from up here, our angle, it was going to stay fair. So just a tough out to get.
So the infield single there from Mizell, RBI, makes it 4-2 as Annika Rose steps in. Still only 1 out here in the 6th. Designated player Rose, and she hits this one right to first base, who fires home for the out. Good play by Eaton to get it to Hickey, and that will erase Kylie Aldridge, and the runners move up.
And if you're Cuso in the circle, that's now 2 batters back-to-back where you've rolled a ground ball. Just unfortunate break on the swinging bunt. But now, 2 outs, you have a little bit of your confidence back. They haven't hit you hard. You just need to continue to go right at these batters.
And the dangerous Addison Foster's step again. She fouls the first pitch from Puzo off the screen. 0-1. Foster with a triple in the third inning, a walk and a strikeout. Go-ahead run standing at first base. That one is low, 1-1.
Bases loaded for the Hokies. 6th inning in Charlottesville. One more chance available here. That one is a little bit low. 2-1. The pressure on. And the pitch way outside, 3-1.
Right now, if you're Foster, you have to be looking over the heart of the plate, and she's got to do it twice. So this pitch specifically, you make it perfect to be able to put your best swing on it.
Fouled off for a full count from Puzo here against Addison Foster. A run in here in the 6th.
And with 2 outs, full count, the runners are on the move, so defense has to understand that. Stay home, meaning don't let the runners running in front of you affect your timing and go for the out at 1.
And the pitch. Fouled off again. You can see what Addison Foster wants to do. She absolutely wants to drive this one to the outfield. Get multiple runs home.
Bases loaded, full count.
Puzo to the plate, and again, third straight time off the screen behind. Home plate to the left.
And Byron, this is what softball is about. Packed house, rivalry game, bases loaded, 2 outs. Foster, the batter, having an opportunity to tie this game or put Virginia Tech ahead, and Virginia's pitcher battling.
And that one is outside, and that will walk in a run for Foster. It's 4-3 Virginia as the Hokies rally. What an at-bat for Addison.
That was an incredible at-bat. Fouled off a ton of pitches. Understood that the pressure was on pitcher Julia Puzo, and didn't get what she wanted, so just took the free pass, didn't swing at something out of the zone.
Jordan Lynch drives this one to left field. Kelsey Hackett sees it and makes the catch to get out of the inning, but not before Virginia Tech scores 2 runs on a hit and multiple walks to cut it to 1. Big rally for Virginia Tech, cutting the advantage for Virginia to 4-3 with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. And now Emma Mazzarone has some new life here as she battles. What a warrior. 78 pitches stepping in here, bottom of the 6th against the Virginia lineup.
And Mazzarone has looked good in the circle. It really came down to free passes as well as that one mistake pitch to Alex Call for that home run. But other than that, she has been able to get ahead of batters and spot pitches so she can go to her strikeout pitches. That rise ball tonight has been one of her most effective pitches.
There's an example right there, the swing and the miss from Reagan Hickey. She has a single and a run scored. Virginia's lead is now 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th. And another outstanding pitch from Mazzarone.
Right now, she's utilizing the change of speeds later in the game. That's what elite pitchers tend to do. They tend to change their speeds the more that they've seen batters. Because at this point, the Virginia lineup, they're on time for the 70+. So now she's got to do something in the circle to make them second guess what pitch is coming in.
Hickey stays alive there with that foul. It's 0-2. Emma to the plate. And a swing and a miss. Struck her out.
And I love that Mazzarone did not put something over the plate, understanding she's up in the count. She really can stretch the zone.
We saw 6 strikeouts tonight from Mazzarone. Swing and a miss for Alex Call. Once again, starting off the at-bat perfectly. Call, of course, the biggest hit so far in the game, the 3-run shot in the 4th. And the 0-1.
Mazzarone is not giving her something with velocity. Both of these pitches, Call has been out in front. And so if you're Call now, you really have to think about keeping your hands back once you've landed on that front foot.
72 miles per hour outside, and it's 1-2. Mazzarone, swing and a miss, struck her out. 3 strikeouts in a row for Mazzarone.
And Mazzarone is just dealing at this point. You can tell that her team scoring 2 runs last inning really gave her some momentum. And she's just going right at Virginia with both speeds right now, making it really tough for them to be on time and get a barrel to a ball.
Another strike from Mazzarone, this time against Hannah Wiseman, who has struck out twice. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. That one's outside. Mazzarone would love to get her team into the dugout for a chance at just a 1-run deficit at the top of the 7th. And she's 2 strikes away from doing just that. You're absolutely right, Riley. She just looks rejuvenated out there, even at 89 pitches. Demonstrating why she's an all-ACC performer. Or could be. 2-2.
And she just has this calm and collected persona in the circle, not getting too high or too low based on what the game has given her.
The 2-2. Inside, and it's a full count. So Wiseman now has a chance. Trying to get on base with 2 away here in the 6th. And she drives this one to center field. Coming over, Addison Foster is able to make the catch, and that will end the 6th inning. A 1-2-3 frame for Mazzarone. We go to the 7th. Hokies need a run or more to take the lead. Top of the 7th inning from Palmer Park, Charlottesville, Virginia, on the grounds of the University of Virginia. First up, Zoe Yeager here in the top of the 7th against Couzeau. She takes the ball outside, 1-0.
What a night of softball we've had with this rivalry. Right now, Virginia Tech trying to scratch one run across, but what matters most is that first batter being able to get on base.
A strike there from Couzeau.
When that first runner gets on base, you're able to have that pass the bat mentality. Everyone doing what they can to move her over and then score.
Swing and a miss there from Couzeau against Yeager. It's 1-2.
And that off speed from Couzeau is nasty. When she pulls that string, coming out that drop ball, that 66 plus, and that changeup, they're tunneling as the same pitch, making it really tough for Virginia Tech.
See Couzeau's pitch count now at 43.
The Hokies scored 2 runs in the 6th inning to put the pressure on and a chance to tie it here in the 7th or take the lead. This one's grounded towards third base. Scooped up by Tober, and she fires it across for the first out in the 7th.
And there's that first out that I was talking about that matters so much. Couzeau, a great pitch on the inside corner and down, but Tober understanding the hop that she needs, letting it come to her on that ball. She hasn't had very many innings at third, and in a tough situation like this, being able to read speed and direction and give your first baseman Eaton a good throw. That's what I know Coach Harden is excited about with these younger players like Tober at third.
Laura Abramovich is up next. She has walked twice and scored 2 runs for Virginia Tech. A strike there from Couzeau.
Dropping that all the way down to 56 miles per hour. It's almost a 10-mile-per-hour difference. If you're Virginia Tech, you got to pick a speed and try and sit it.
This one goes off of Couzeau, glances towards Hilton. She fires to first, and she got it in time. What a throw by Jade Hilton after it went off of Couzeau. And it's the 2nd out.
Just amazing anticipation by Hilton. After it deflects off of Couzeau, her feet are moving from the beginning, and that's what allows her to be in the right position. And then understanding she still has time to make a solid throw to first because it was hit that hard.
Coach Harden and the trainer come out to make sure Kuzo's okay after it glances off of her leg. And she's smiling, so that's a good sign for the Virginia pitcher. With 2 outs, you want to try and have an opportunity to finish this one off.
It is good to see a smile from Kuzo because that ball was hit hard back at her, but I'm sure in this situation, rivalry game, she wants to finish this inning.
Michelle Chatfield steps in. And a strike to begin the at-bat. Chatfield tonight. A ground out, a fly out, and a fielder's choice. With a pitch. This one is grounded slowly towards third. Scooping and firing it over his head at Tober to Macy Eaton for the 3rd out. And Virginia has won Game 1 of the Commonwealth Clash in Charlottesville. Virginia 4 and Virginia Tech 3.
Just an all-out gritty performance on all sides of the ball from Virginia. I especially like that defense at the end, bearing down behind their pitcher Kuzo, and the freshman Tober coming across the field on that final out. Like I said before, she hasn't had very many innings, so exactly what Coach Harding wanted from some of her younger players, stepping up when it mattered most.
The first opening win against Virginia Tech in the series since 2015 for Virginia. You always talk about, Riley, as a softball player, how important it is to have that first at-bat go well. What does it mean to have that first win in a rivalry series go your way?
It gives you all the momentum going into Game 2. You were able to learn a lot about their #1 pitcher, Mazzarone, and also get the win. You know you're going to see her again on Sunday, but to do it at home in front of your home crowd in a rivalry, there's nothing better than that.
Alex Call with the dramatic 3-run homer in the 4th inning for Virginia, and that was the big impact hit for the Cavaliers, and they win this one to get their 33rd win on the year, beating Virginia Tech. That will do it for us. For Riley West, I'm Byron Kerr saying so long for Palmer Park in Charlottesville, Virginia, where the Virginia Cavaliers beat Virginia Tech 4-3. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on the ACC network, download it on the ESPN app. We'll see you Saturday.